And I'll tell you guys since we're all friends. Every character I write has a piece of me in them. Hi, I'm Lee Bardugo. You're listening to the GrishaCast.
Welcome to GrishaCast, episode 127. In this episode, we will be discussing chapters 21 through 23 of Lee Bardugo's Ninth House. This is your host, Eric.
And I'm Terry from Nashville, Tennessee. This is your podcast for all things Grishaverse.
A world created by our one very own Lee Bardugo. Moi saviani casters.
Hello.
Hello. Well, we have some listener cities. Yes, we do.
First, fairly close to us, we have Cabot, Arkansas.
Ooh, and then we're going to Duncan, Vancouver Island.
Yay!
Woohoo! Yes.
Is it as
So-
hot in Cabot as it is here?
Ooh, I hope so.
Although it was very, chilly this morning.
Was it?
It was 60 degrees this morning.
Ooh.
And
I
then
didn't-
it was 90-something degrees.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
I can't wait for it to get really cool.
I just want to wear, sweaters.
I know. I'm wearing mine.
Well, yeah, because it's a little chilly in here.
Ugh, I love cold weather. I'm ready for it.
Well, it's coming.
Yay! It's my favorite season. Bring
I do like the fall. When we actually have a fall.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times it just goes from hot to freezing.
Bring it. Let's do it.
I
I'm-
want the mild in between for a little bit. I need to ease into the frozen tundra.
Yeah. I hope I like cold. I like it. I'm ready. I mean, I like fall and cold weather, and I'm ready. I just hate heat. I am all ready for this to be over with. Ugh. I'm over this.
And then I'll be sad. We'll just switch.
Yeah. I'm sad now. I'm over this stuff. But I also am not feeling that good, and I hate feeling kind of
Yeah.
sick in the heat. Ugh. So,
Yeah.
ugh.
Yeah, there is something about being sick when it's hot outside. I just got over being sick, and we were in Atlanta.
Mm.
And it was just, I don't know, it was gross.
Yeah. It's horrible.
I mean, I was supposed to be having fun. We went to the Bridgerton thing, and that in itself was fun, but yeah, not feeling great during the whole weekend wasn't fun. But if you have a chance to go to the Bridgerton thing, I do recommend it. It's fairly fast. I didn't realize it was only an hour and a half long, when I bought the tickets. But it's fun. You first go in and there's several photo ops. And then the queen comes in
Ooh.
and you line up to bow to the queen.
Oh.
And Rachel did not want to do it, and I was like, "Come on, do it with me." And through the whole thing, the person who's supposed to be Lady Whistledown
Uh-huh.
is constantly saying things in the loudspeaker, and you're supposed to kind of guess who it is in the crowd. So every person that bowed to the queen, Lady Whistledown was making comments. And Rachel was like, no, I'm not going up there for her to make comments about how I'm curtsying. So I made her go with me, and I bowed. So I dressed up in the masculine Regency wear, but I bowed, and as I was down, I lifted my head up and winked at the queen. And Lady Whistledown was like, she might as well have blown her a kiss. And so then I blew a kiss into the air, and everybody was like, woo. So that was fun. And then there's a show. There are these dancers that are supposed to be the kind of the main characters, and they do a dance, and they like literally spin on the chandelier. I'll have to show you the video.
Hmm.
But there's live strings.
Ooh.
And they play like the music, you know how they play, like they played Bad Guy in
Wow.
like classical stuff. It was so cool. So I'll definitely have to show you that. But then the queen like chooses her diamond of the ball, and then you dance. Which, okay, the funniest part, I died laughing. Like I thought that I was going to like fall over laughing. So this whole like dance with the girl and the guy, it starts off sweet and it gets sexy, and then it gets like sweet again, and there's talk about like them getting married and everything else, and then they're like,
Are you talking
okay,
about like there's just dance? Like, is it a story?
they're
or-
performers.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a storyline. Like the queen is like, you know, I give my blessing for you two to date or be married or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
But then like it's a story told through dance of like them courting and marrying and
Yeah.
screwing and
Mhm.
I don't know, being in love. And so the queen is like, you know, I give you my blessing to go forth and be happy and blah, blah, blah. And so the dancers leave. And the second they leave, the loudspeaker starts playing Single Ladies. I could not stop laughing because it was like in your face. Everybody that's here without somebody, and like you just watch this like really loving thing. And then the other funniest thing, they only played like 3 or 4 like actual dance songs. The last one was like that I got a feeling tonight's gonna be a real good night. I don't know what the name of the song is, but they played that. And then right when that song was done, they were like, okay, please make your way out to your carriages. So you're just standing there like, okay, I guess we're done now.
Tonight's gonna be a great night. Bye.
Bye. See ya. Your experience is now over.
Hope it's a good one.
But like, I mean, I wish it was longer. Because an hour and a half, it went by so fast, especially for
Yeah.
the time it takes to get ready for it, like the costuming and
Yeah.
everything.
It takes that long to get ready.
Yeah.
My
So
God.
it was, I wish it was longer, but the hour and a half that you're in it, you really are like immersed into it. Like it does feel like a totally different
Oh,
world. So
that does need to be a little bit longer though.
yeah,
Like an hour and a half. I mean, that's really short.
it felt really short.
Wow. Did
But
you get
it's
some
fun.
food? Did you have any food while you were there?
No. There
Okay.
were drinks.
I bet those are like expensive.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah. I mean, they were delicious, but I was also sick, so I wasn't like drinking. But yeah, I mean, they did a really good job of like really being immersive. They had like the costumes on display from the show where you could like look at the costumes and
Were they the actual costumes?
yeah.
Okay.
And part of the one of the first things you did was there were like those photo opportunities, and that picture I showed you was the oil painting. Like they take your picture and it really looks like I wish I would have taken a video of the setup. It really looked like a real setup of somebody who's going to take your picture or something. But they do that, and then and then you go through and kind of wipe your hand on the screen, and you kind of like painting your portrait or whatever. But throughout the experience, they have screens everywhere that are like portraits. And if you watch it, it's changing to portraits of people that are there. So again, I wish I would have taken a picture. I'm terrible at these things. But there was like the dance going on, and I look up and our portrait was like up
Aw.
on the wall. So things like that were
That's really cool.
fun, yeah. So that was my weekend,
That's awesome.
other than throwing up a whole lot.
Oh,
But yes. So yeah, I do recommend it. Like it's a little expensive, but
well, it sounds really cool.
yeah,
It sounds like a fun time.
it was fun.
I wish I could have gone. Well, I'm glad you experienced it. It sounds
Thanks.
neat.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, who? I know. I am. Yeah. Well, so do you want to get on into some Ninth House?
I mean, I guess.
Well, it's kind of getting we we probably should because this is getting these are some 3 chapters that it's getting exciting and it's getting a little interesting. And I think I say interesting all the time, but it's just
Lee
okay.
is so good at putting 800,000 puzzle pieces together.
Yeah, this is
And
very
we're at the point
Whew.
where it gets confusing. Like, if you go back to
Lord.
Six of Crows, which is similar in a way because we have this like mystery.
This one's so
It's
mystery.
we're at the point to where there's so many puzzle pieces and it's hard to connect them all and it's hard to remember them all and it's hard to keep track of everything. So like don't expect us to be experts at this. We're just having a discussion. If
Please.
we're wrong, we're wrong.
Yeah, we already have people coming for us, but
So just like, be part of the discussion with us.
yeah. So yes. Let's see. So we start off. I just remember, so this was right after, she got
She got attacked.
by who we now know was the Larasson. No. Lee Grisson? No.
Is it
Lance.
Lance? Yeah.
Lance Grisson or
Yeah.
something. Lance.
The boyfriend.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
And we know, yeah. So,
And
but
he disappeared.
he did disappear.
But so like Turner's there.
Turner's there, and she's
beat up.
yes,
She has broken bones.
Yeah, he really got her good, and she does not want to go to hospital, and she's like, take me to Dawes.
Right, because how do you even explain like what happened? Because doctors always like, so tell me what happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, this guy came out of nowhere, and then he beat the crap out of me, and then he went into like a portal in a wall.
Yeah, that doesn't exactly can't explain that one.
No.
So
we go to Dawes, who can fix everything.
yes, and we go to Dawes, who puts her in that nice gold bath.
Yeah, that big golden bathtub.
Mm-hmm. They sound nice. Called the Crucible. Isn't that what it's called?
Yeah, because we also learned through the reading that any gold receptacle can be a crucible.
Something like that. It's like
Because it comes up in like the next chapter or something.
yeah, there are these. Yeah, the crucibles are what I think it's also what they can make Merity out of, or it's what they make Merity in
Yeah, because you have to do magic in crucibles.
crucibles. Doesn't it? And didn't we read the Crucible in high school?
Yes.
God. Everybody hated that play. I
Yeah.
didn't.
No, it was fine.
I thought it was good, but I remember just everybody else hated it. And I was like, it's not that bad.
Everybody hates any like high school literary discussion.
Yeah. Oh, the Crucible. But we're talking about a crucible. I bet you anything Lee was inspired by the Crucible, which has nothing to do with the big golden plate. But it's a bowl. But
Yeah, it's a golden receptacle.
yeah, which is then funny because then Turner does refer to the one he refers to the girl that dies. Gosh, now I'm thinking about
Tara?
Tara. He says blonde girl. They have one that's like an ashtray, and I'm like, yeah, and I just
They think it, or somebody thought it was an ashtray,
yeah,
and they're like, nope, that's actually a crucible.
yeah,
Yeah,
and I just thought it was funny that they referred to it like an ashtray.
yeah.
I just thought that was funny.
It's a golden bowl.
Yeah, it was like an ashtray.
But like Dawes puts her in the bathtub with goat's milk.
Yes.
And like the goat's milk, as it like turns clear, it's healing her.
Yeah, and don't forget, she's also getting some visitors because she's
In any liquid, like if like she puts her hand in like water.
yeah, it is, I mean, it is her own Zoom to the other world.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she gets to talk to her new bestie, the bridegroom.
Bridegroom bestie.
Yeah, we're zooming in with you. So the bridegroom comes and says hello. Um, yep, through goat's milk. And I
Yeah.
love that Turner says, aren't we glad that we live in a very, um, does he say gentrified community
Yeah,
because
because
of
otherwise I wouldn't be able to find you
goat's
goat's
milk?
milk. Yeah, there's a few little funny
Just
here's and
interesting.
there's.
Yeah, have you ever had goat's milk?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Hmm.
It
I don't know if I've had goat's milk.
tastes like goat's cheese.
I was gonna say I've had goat's cheese.
Yeah, tastes like that.
Okay. Okay. Well,
But no one else is supposed to touch the milk, blah blah blah. I don't know. But um because North is there, I guess they have like this little
talk.
discussion. And then she had realized that he could read her mind basically or get to her memories
Mhm.
when he I'm going to say when he possessed her. I know that's not the correct words, but I don't like to say when he was in her. So,
You don't?
no.
Is that not your favorite?
No.
Okay.
That's not how we're doing this. So, you can say what you want to say.
Okay.
And everybody's just going to have to understand what I mean when I say
Possessed.
possessed.
Sounds good.
Because the verbiage is weird. I
It
mean, it's
works.
correct verbiage, but
It works.
So,
Okay. So
so when North
possesses.
possesses her, he can like see her memories. So she's thinking, I could probably do that too.
Right. Yes.
So we also get like this vision of what North went through,
Yeah. It's just
which is jumbled and weird.
it is crazy because then we finally get to like see supposedly what actually happened to North, and which is a really cool flashback in a way, because it's which I think Lee does very well. I you get to meet you see Daisy, which is
Who
like
sounds very beautiful.
sounds beautiful, and I like totally got like this, like I mean, just like this like vibe of her being like I don't know, like this is it flashy like what is it? The 20s, like the roaring
Yeah.
20s, and like just like one of those like like I don't know, she's just
Yeah.
those cute little hats and
Flapper.
yes, flapper and so cute and so sweet, and she seemed really pretty. And but also it's written where she still is also definitely still our main character. Like I mean like it's still like it's through the eyes of
Yeah.
North, but still like I mean like it's not it
Yeah, the way Lee wrote it, it was a dream type
yeah.
thing. Like it's not spelled out for you
Mhm.
in like facts.
Right.
It's written out in this like artistic-y dream-like fashion for you to kind of interpret.
Right.
And so you can kind of interpret from that he wasn't in control of himself the whole time and that he was probably part of one of these prognostications.
Yeah, so that's the part where it does get weird and it gets like a little confusing
Mhm.
where all of a sudden we do like something does weird happen, like I mean he's with Daisy and all of a sudden something goes wrong. I mean
Yeah.
all of a sudden seems like he gets hit in the head, or something,
Yeah.
right? I
It's
mean,
like he just goes blank.
yeah, and then there's a point where all of a sudden he's looking down and he sees like his insides. He's like,
Uh-huh.
I mean, and then he's got this voice in his head that is literally saying like they're trying to like, oh my god, it's like he hears this other voice that's saying something
They're
crazy.
trying to get in your soul.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're and it's this crazy, it's just something so weird, and it's just very interesting and so different from what we're used to reading. And I just remember as we go through it, all of a sudden when we finally get back to like, you know, where we finally back are with like with Alex comes to, and she throw up, and she throws up and it's like parsley.
Blood and parsley.
And that's where it's like all of a sudden she has this like moment where she's like, oh my gosh, I think that's where she thinks that it could have been the prognostication.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, we kind of know that. Like the second they say like his guts are spilling out, like we know what
yeah.
that. So like we get that at that point, but then he also has a shadow in his hand and he
Oh,
points
that
the
too.
shadow at Daisy and then he points the shadow at himself. And like his brain isn't processing that it's a gun. And so Alex isn't processing it's a gun at that point. But after she comes to and she's like vomiting because during the prognostications, that word is hard. They do use herbs.
Yeah.
And so she's like, okay, that's she's getting the hint of that. And then she's starting to put together those pieces of the vision. And she's like, it was a gun. And he didn't even realize it was a gun and he didn't have control of his own body. So she starts to figure out that he was possessed. And it becomes this weird, perverted, and I don't mean perverted in a sexual way, but this weird, like crazy, she calls it a nesting doll, where
Yeah.
something's in North and North is in her body. So
Mm.
it's like
Yeah.
this weird layer, which was interesting.
It's a very interesting way to
Yeah.
describe it
I
too.
liked the nesting doll.
Description.
Yeah. So clearly our North had some issues, but he kept saying he didn't do it. So now we can see like he didn't do it, just like Alex didn't kill
Yeah.
so like she's connecting with him. She also says his name,
Mm-hmm.
which is a no-no.
There's yeah.
But like he's possessing her. So clearly that connection is made.
There's a lot coming too. There's more coming. There's more to this story coming out. I think like I mean obviously like I mean I'm believing North. I mean I think that they're obviously like I mean, you know, we know that I mean Darlington was studying and trying to
Yeah.
find out for a reason, like I mean studying like North for a reason. So I think we're going to find out more too. I think
Yeah, they
there's
find his notes. Or no, they find something like that he was researching, but they can't find his notes.
right.
So they know that he was researching it, but they don't know what exactly
found
he
yet.
found out.
Yep. So,
And then the funny part that I Turner is saying that Lance, after he attacked Alex, he just like went back to jail.
yeah.
Why would you do that? Like you're free and you can clearly beat everyone up. So like run away. So that I think is kind of a hint to like something else is going on there too. Because if Lance truly was like this magical being in of itself, he wouldn't have gone back
Yeah,
to jail.
There's some really weird stuff with all that.
Yeah.
So, and that's where we kind of get okay, so that's the chapter. Excuse me. A lot of stuff kind of this is where I guess like NCIS like all this like gets kind of
The
confusing.
whiteboard.
Yes, this is the whiteboard
The
chapter.
whiteboard.
Okay, so the magical whiteboard. Okay, so we get the breakdown of what's going on, and pretty much they break down that there's 4 of the ancient 8 houses that pretty much have connections
Mm-hmm.
to Tara's death. And it's Skull and Bones, Scroll and Key, Manuscript, and Book
Book and
and
Snake.
Snake.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Trip Hellsmith was sleeping with Tara, and she was selling him drugs. He was from Skull and Bones, and Trip saw Trip saw Tara with Kate Masters, who was from Manuscript, and Alex thought Kate might be asking Tara to grow Meredy for them so they could cut their dealer out of that equation. I know. Whew. So then, Turner had never heard of Meredy and was appalled when Dawes and Alex told them what it did. Which Meredy, which we got to remember, that's the drug that did we even like explain? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
because I mean, it just makes you an acolyte, right? Makes you do whatever.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said it wasn't like really obedient or eager, but it's in that realm.
Yeah. But there's so much in this chapter. And I'm trying to think. I mean,
So I had to take a picture of something right here where you are, um, because Tara had a bunch of jewelry making tools,
yeah.
and I had to take a picture of this snippet and put it on social media and say, "Really? Why you gotta call me out so hard? Did you see it?
No,
Do you
but
know what I'm
I
talking
know
about?"
exactly what part you're talking about.
It said she had a little business on the side, and the next paragraph, like, okay, it says, "Of course she had. That was what girls did when their lives fell apart. They tried to find a window to climb out of. Community college, homemade soaps, a little jewelry making business on the side. All right, Lee Bardugo, F you." Like, so hard. That was uncalled for. It was rude. I'm appalled.
Oh,
Stop
that was,
following me.
that was funny.
I mean,
Okay. That was
so yeah,
well,
I resemble that remark.
well, you've just done a couple of those things.
All of them.
Okay.
I even worked at a community college. Anyway.
Worked.
So
Past tense.
yeah, when whew, all right. But like when I put it on Facebook, everybody was like, yeah, that's true. And I was like, that's not nice.
Well,
But I guess it is true. So anyway, that has nothing to do with anything.
no, it doesn't.
Other than just rude.
Yeah. Your life isn't falling apart though.
I mean, it did during anyway.
Wasn't that Turner speaking? Kind of.
No, it was
Just
Alex's brain, basically, because it wasn't anybody like direct quote.
No.
So it was Lee. It was just Lee. But Lee probably went through the same thing too, because most girls do.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's this is where the weird dish comes into play.
Yeah.
That's a crucible.
Yeah, because that's where
Vessels created for magical and alchemical use.
Alchemical. Good.
Alchemical.
Yeah.
They are made of pure gold and highly reactive.
Highly reactive.
Yeah.
I mean, do they see like some of her like jewelry beads in it or something?
Something like that.
Yeah.
It was
Hmm.
in the middle of like 2 pages. Uh,
Okay.
curve.
Well,
One of the dishes looked different than the others. It was shallower, a metal. Anyway, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So from here until the rest of the reading is very confusing to me. Like, because we're talking like motives and people and houses, and it gets like,
It does. It it does get very confusing. And I think there was a lot that I didn't. To be honest, I really needed to actually reread this chapter, and I didn't, and I should have. I read it once,
so
and
she's thinking Dean Shadow. Like, we talked about this very early on, that Lee was going to try to get us to look at Dean Shadow
so is that what
because he was acting shady. So like, I knew early on that he was going to be a suspect because that's just the way that Lee's writing goes.
right?
So Alex is now like saying that Dean Shadow is acting shady. So when she goes to work for this woman,
Yeah,
I can't pronounce her
the
name
French
very
woman,
well.
the salon woman.
Yes, at the salon.
Yeah,
She's there to work because she wants to, but she's also there to ask questions because Dean Shadow goes there every week to drink
yeah.
her booze. And apparently, last week
He
he got super drunk and like peed all over the floor.
Ooh.
Which is funny for that to be a story you have for like somebody that high up, like at your college.
Yeah. He likes her whiskey bottles.
Yes. But he like got drunk and peed all over the place.
Wow.
Yeah.
God, I guess he thought that's not the bathroom.
He did pee in the bathroom, but it was like all over the place.
Oh, okay.
It
Well, at
says
least
he
made
left
it
a ring of pee around the toilet.
Oh, well, at least he
I mean, right room, I guess.
right room. Fine. Hey. Wow. Okay, so we've got so there's a suspect.
Or an involvement, because her question is like, what does he get out of doing what he does for these houses?
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
he gets a lot of money.
Okay.
But Turner does too. So Turner's like, I get a lot of money.
Yeah.
So it doesn't necessarily like make anybody that they're doing something weird. But for now, Dean Shadow has an alibi because everybody saw him there.
And
while the murder was going on.
Dean Sandow also was going through like a divorce or something.
Yeah.
So that's like
that explains like a lot of his weird behavior and
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll just have to see what next week shows, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that last chapter, I'm even trying to like figure out what in the world. My brain just went completely blank. She talks to North again, and they're trying to like they're trying to kind of figure things out together. She asks North why he hasn't gone to find Daisy's maid in the afterlife, because she would be a good person to talk to about like what did she see, what did she know,
Yeah.
like kind of thing. So I mean they're just kind of working stuff out. Alex goes to the botanical garden
Ooh, I love
to
botanical
go look
garden.
for a girl that they know, like it's a grad student that they know has been working up there, but when she gets there, everything is trashed.
Ew. Oh yeah, that's
Like
right.
literally everything's trashed in the botanical garden. And so she asked somebody like, "Hey, where's this chick? Like, and why does it look like this?" And they said that they thought that Kate or Tara, again, it gets way too confusing in my head, that she thought that this grad student was their cousin or niece or something, was the quote. And then Alex is like, "Yeah, right. No."
Mm.
So they think that they hired this grad student who knew there's too many people involved, but they thought that this grad student would know how to grow it. So now they're trying to figure out
Hmm.
where she went because she ran away.
This is getting very complex.
I know. I'm going to need a whiteboard of my own.
We are gonna have a whiteboard next week. So you just
Like play
wait.
by play. So this person over here goes over here.
Yes, right here will be a whiteboard.
Don't quote us on that.
No, but
Don't put that kind of pressure on us.
yeah. Well, that was fun.
So feel free to chime in.
Yeah,
Feel free to jump in. Tell us what we missed.
yeah, because there's a lot.
I'm sure there's a lot.
We just are trying to steer this ship in a direction, and we don't know what direction it is going.
It's just a discussion.
It sure is. So, anyways, thank you. Anyways, well, it's special time for
GrishaCast news. Nailed it. What kind of news we got?
some news.
We got news.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Okay.
What kind of news?
The video news. Right? Oh, no, we don't have video news.
No, we don't have video news.
Oh, we got some news. Okay, so, well.
Stuff happened in New York.
We sure did have some stuff happen in New York. Well, first off, I know that there is some merch that is now you can get at Hot Topic. So we've got some official Grishaverse merch you can buy at Hot Topic, which is awesome.
That's crazy.
I know, isn't it? It is
Yeah.
really weird to think. And then we also had stuff happen up in New York.
New York City.
Yep. Lee talked. She did. At the Comic-Con.
You don't know.
She did.
What?
I know.
She said words?
She did. But I don't know what she said.
I'm sure it was lovely.
I'm sure it was too.
I'm sure we could probably find something on social media if we went searching for it. Oh. Well, there's
well,
that
I
too.
read that.
So on Instagram. Over on
Okay.
Instagram, if you want to go look at it, Lee released an excerpt from Hellbent.
And actually, she will be also releasing a larger excerpt of that in a newsletter coming out later on. So,
Ooh,
yeah. So that will
fancy.
it will be exciting, and it is really exciting. Oof!
When is that set to come out?
January 1st
Okay.
or 3rd, one of those
And
days.
when is Demon in the Wood coming out? It's coming out soon, isn't it?
September something. Yeah.
Like, it is September, so really soon.
Yep. Hold on,
So maybe when we finish Ninth House, then we can go on over to Demon in the Wood. That'll be fun. I'm interested to look at all the illustrations and stuff in that. That'll be really fun.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic because there's just going to be the audiobook's going to be really good at that too. because they're doing like there's just going to be an audio, like I can't believe it, but there's going to be an actual cast of that recording of that graphic novel, and Ben Barnes is going to be a part of
Yeah.
it. So that's going to be really cool. And I'm looking to see. So I've been actually reading some graphic novels right now. One, I've been like kind of into it. I was a little surprised by that. Okay, so it looks like this will be out September 27th. Yes. Ooh.
So in just a few weeks.
Yes. That will be exciting. So, oh, that's going to be neat.
We got new stuff coming.
I know.
And they recorded season 2.
Yeah.
So we've got stuff coming.
That's going to come next year, I bet you.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably April. Don't you think? Probably the same. They'll probably release it at the same time. It came out April of like.
I thought it was August. Was it not August of?
No, released in like April something.
Huh. Okay.
Like I think.
I don't know. Whatever. Next year.
It was an A month.
Next year.
That's what we think. We don't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows? But hey, we got some stuff coming. It'll be fun.
New things.
New things. How exciting. So, okay. Well, if you're still with us, we love you. And we'll be back next week to do the next three chapters. Woohoo. So that means we are going to be doing, what do we got? We got, so 24, 25, and 26.
That is the next 3.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Yay. Okay. Well, thank you guys. We love you all. And we'll see you all next week. Long live the Grishaverse.
Like, we're at the end of the hour, so my voice is a little husky. A+.
No mourners.
No funerals.
This has been GrishaCast. Connect with us on the web at GrishaCast.com. Send an email to info@GrishaCast.com.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok at GrishaCast.
And thank you to our amazing staff, Chris, Michelle, Alex, and Brenda.